told her to write a book. 40 years, she did not write that book. She wrote the book 40 years later because of procrastination, placebo effect of excuses, and all of those things. 40 years. Maybe the people that the book should have blessed have lived and died in 40 years. So it is worth it, please. Go for it. I hope that with these few points of mine, I've been able to convince you that the transformation code is doable and it is possible for us. I hope that you heard me. I hope it didn't sound like a frog. I was teaching myself happy. Thank you. Any questions? Everybody is so quiet. What happened?
For meditating on what you said, it is not. You've just given us fire. You don't say we should talk. Thank you so much. So, Mrs. Nod, maybe I can just ask a quick question. In terms of this payment, because sometimes it stretches you and all of that. But the thing is this something that, just looking like maybe as a family person, is it something that you maybe sometimes have to run by your husband? Is it something that you just do by yourself? Because I think I'm similar to you in that if something catches me, like, I want to pay for it, is there like a balance we must have to that?
Okay, it depends. That's a very good question. Thank you for asking that. It depends. So if it's it depends on the price, and it depends on the financial model that you run in your family. So 5,000 naira, I'm not going to discuss with my husband about that. I'll pay first and I'll tell him. But if it's $1,000, we need to hold a family meeting. I had one like that. I had to say, sir, we need family meeting, and I explained myself. And he approved. He actually approved. And I've even finished paying safe. So finally, it took me 6 months to pay that one. But it depends on what it is. If there are smaller amounts and you know that your spouse will be okay, don't go and use your house rent and pay for transformation. You'll be a marital transformation.
Okay, I have a question though. Just a quick question. So what if, for example, you find your prototype, but like they don't have any, like they don't do all these coaching things, like they just, I don't know how to explain, like they are well known, but they don't do coaching. Like, so they don't have a platform where they reach like the people that follow them. They just do their thing. So how do you plug into them?
Okay, so real quick, because Body by Jane is here, they will always have an expression. They have a book, they have a newsletter, they have a website, they have a YouTube channel, they have classes or seminars, something. There is no visionary that does not have an expression. It must flow. The river must flow somehow. So you find the river that is flowing and you jump in.
Okay. Thank you.
hear me? Good evening, good morning, good night. I don't know. Okay, Mrs. Notch. I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. When Coach Ruth was calling out my name, I was having this problem with my laptop, so I had to reboot it again before I came in, and then Mrs. Notch was already, breaking tables. Thank you for that, Mrs. Notch. Okay, I'm trying to share my screen. You guys prepared awesome presentations, and yeah, that's nice. Okay, I was trying to, I don't know how to present on this. Let me see. Okay, awesome. So my topic is building your body to carry the assignment, and Coach T just chose the perfect topic. Okay, let me get into it. 15 minutes. How do I go? Slide. I can't find my. Okay, this is it. Okay, so building your body to carry your assignment. The first thing we are meant to know here is the function of the body, and its sole purpose is to keep you alive. So your body is meant to keep you alive. So regardless of what you're doing, regardless of what you want your body to do, everything your body is doing for you is keeping you alive. Even if you're feeling pain, when you start to feel headache, when you start to feel different things, it's just a way of your body telling you that something is going on. And what it's doing is trying to get your attention to let you know that, okay, it's time to look into this. And it all boils down to keeping you alive. Your body will go to any extent to keep you alive. That's why when somebody is dying, the heart is the last thing to go, because it starts to I'm starting off with dying, but it starts to bring down functions from the least important ones to the most important ones, right? So that's what it does. So with what I'm trying to teach, I want us to bear that in mind. Okay, so this topic, I'm going to break down 4 things. Understanding your body and its function. I'm going to get a little bit sciencey, because it gives us a background knowledge on everything I'm trying to say. So the second thing we're going to talk about is why it is important to care for your body. Then I'm going to highlight ways we tear down our bodies, and then I'm going to share with us how to care for our body to carry the assignment that is for the long term. The first thing we're going to talk about is understanding your body and its function, right? And our body is more like, if you're looking at your body, it's different organs and cells and everything that comes together to make up your body. So it's like living systems inside the body that's just clothed with this skin you're seeing, but inside the body we have organisms, and they're made up of organ system. The systems are made up of organs. Okay, organ systems will have the nervous system, will have the circulatory system, lymphatic system, all those digestive system, will have all those systems, and they're made up of organs. When it comes to your nervous system, you have your brain, your spine. When it comes to your muscular system, you have your muscles, you have your skeletal system, you have the skeleton. So your body is made up of all these things, but at the granular level of all these things is the cell. And the cell's most important function, it has different functions. It has function of absorbing nutrients from the food we eat. It has the function of reproduction. It has the function of breaking down foods. It has the function of building up the body. But what all these things are called is metabolism. Is known as metabolism. So I'm going to get into that. When we talk about metabolism, we'll more like talk about how do I explain it? Things that go on in the body to break down processes for things to happen in the body. So when you're digesting food, you're metabolizing food. It's just a breaking down of things for your body to be able to use it. That's called metabolism. And for that to happen, okay, let me go back. I need to highlight something here. For proper metabolism to go on, since the function of your cell, since the function of your cell is to absorb nutrients and break down things, two things happen. You have to eat quality food. That's where your body gets the nutrient from. You have to eat food, whole foods, quality food, whatever food. I'm using quality food so I don't confuse us. I don't want to call it good or bad, or just food. You just get nutrients from the food you eat. And for your body to break down these foods, it needs movement. So you break down these foods using movement. So when you move, you have movement in your body, you have movement outside of your body. So when you move, it activates movement inside of your body, and it comes together with nutrients to and the cell absorbs it. So whatever happens to your cell affects the whole body. So whatever happens, if your cell is not properly.
Continue. Hello.
Hi.
The slide is not moving.
I know. I'm highlighting something on metabolism and cell. Okay. So if your if your cell is not properly, if something happens to your cell, it affects the whole body, since the whole body is interconnected. The cell, if it's not absorbing proper nutrients, it's not going to pass any message to the tissue. It's not going to pass any message. I mean nutrients and the rest that helps these other functions, that helps these other systems and organs to function properly. So if it's not absorbing the proper nutrients, and if it's not getting the right amount of energy, it's not going to function well, and it affects everything your body does. So it's really critical, it's really important that we consider nutrition and movement for your body to function well. So that's what I'm trying to highlight in this slide.
Sis, you're still on the title slide.
Are you serious? I've been moving. Can you? It's
It says building your body to carry your assignment.
Oh. Is it moving now?
No.
Okay, let me try sharing it again. I wasn't even seeing the chart. Let me go from here. Sorry. Okay. Can you see it now? Sharing is paused.
Yes, but it's small.
Small. Can you see it now?
It's small still. I don't know if it's
What's
okay
happening
for
to it?
everyone else. We can see the whole slide, so it's like if you can just make them bigger. It's not on presentation mode here. It's just showing us the different slides.
Okay, I'm trying to see what I can do. It's not sharing. Let's see. Can you see it now? Can you see it now? Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Yes.
we see the
Awesome.
title page.
Can you see it now?
Okay, it's
Yeah.
moving now. Yeah.
Okay, so let me go back. I highlighted what I'm going to share about understanding your body and its function, why it is important to care for your bodies, ways that I'm going to highlight ways we ignore and tear down our bodies, and how we can how to care for your body to carry the assignment. So here I was talking about the cell. I really needed to highlight this so we'll understand how critical it is that we prioritize movement and proper nutrition, though I'll still go into it. So movement and nutrition play a very important role in how your body responds, in how your body feels, in how your body reacts, because the cell at the granular level carries out this function. So if you're not eating proper food, if you're not moving well, you're not going to metabolize food properly, and in turn, your body is not going to work properly, because from the cell, if the cell is not working properly, it's not going to be able to send message to other parts of the body. So why is it crucial that we care for our body? All right. So how your body feels affects your emotions, and I'm speaking in terms of sometimes when we're feeling tired, when we are anxious, maybe say when you're having a low mood, when people go through depressions and anxiety, when you're just feeling out of tune, sometimes it's just your body giving you a message, telling you that something is wrong. And one of the very critical ways to figure that out is by moving your body. You can't get to know your body if you're not moving it, because it's through movement that you're going to be able to identify where something is going wrong. You can't be sedentary, and according to what I said about cell, when you're sedentary, you're not producing energy, so you're not really getting any information from your body. Your hormones are not functioning properly. Your nervous system is not functioning properly. You're not sending messages to your brain. You're just more like stagnant, and it turns, because you're not producing these hormones that give you these feelings, dopamine and what is it called? I'm forgotten. I'm sorry. Dopamine and all those ones. You're not getting those information. So how your body feels affects your emotions, and then caring for your body helps you manage stress. Why am I highlighting care? Okay, the last one is caring for your body is one way to keep it alive and moving. I'm highlighting care because we tend to put our body on the back burner. We wait till something goes wrong to start caring for it. That is why these self-care techniques trend, massage, going to the beach once a week or something, those are really important. But it's mostly reactive for many of us when we start to feel down, when we start to feel like something is wrong, when we feel like we've worked hard enough, so we deserve to massage ourselves. Massaging is good and all those things are really good, but it tends to come from a reactive place. So instead, what we can do is just respond daily to your body. And how do you do this? By moving. I'm going to get to that. So it's really crucial that we care for our bodies, and that is the only way we are able to function properly. Okay, I'm trying to find my cursor. Where is it? All right. So the next thing I'm going to talk about is ways that we ignore our bodies and it then tear it down. So when we are moving too much, in the sense that when we are over-exercising, or when, those times where we just wake up and say, okay, I'm going on a movement challenge, I'm going to do 10,000 challenge, 20,000 challenge. Sometimes, most times it comes from a very good place, but sometimes your body is not yet ready to handle all that movement just yet. So instead of, because we think we are building it up, but what is happening is that we are tearing it down. We are pushing our bodies to extreme that it is not yet ready to handle yet. Another way we tear down our body is not moving enough. There's always a balance between it, and then moving too fast. So there's always a balance between it, and the reason, okay, I'm coming to that. So when you're moving too much, you're going against what your body can handle, and sometimes we're not listening to our body, and our body is telling us, okay, we are tired, especially when, okay, you're exercising, you're trying to push yourself to the extreme all the time. Because sometimes when we go to the gym, we are trying to go to failure, we are lifting, your body is telling you, okay, this is too much. But because we've internalized that idea of no pain, no gain, you tend to keep moving and you're not listening to your body, so you're tearing your body down. Another thing is moving too fast. Okay, when you're doing a whole lot of cardio, your heart rate goes up really fast. That one also tears down your body. When you're overeating, you're tearing down your body. Not in the sense when you're storing excess energy, because in this place I'm going to refer to fat as energy. When you're storing excess energy, your body tends to, how do I put it, tends to slow down, and it feels like, because as I highlighted at the beginning, your body's function is to keep you alive. So when you're overeating, your body starts to store this energy, and sometimes it becomes too much for your body to handle. And the way your body perceives it, it feels like, okay, this is stress. It feels like it's stressful to your body to store all this energy. So it starts reacting in ways that are counterintuitive. To you, it's like, okay, it's packing all this extra fat, but what it's doing is it's storing it, because it doesn't understand why you're eating a lot, and it doesn't understand why you're eating too much. So it's storing all this extra energy for you in case a famine comes, because it's understanding this excess energy coming in as you really eating to store these things for future use. So you're storing it and it's tearing your body down. Eating too little is also stressful for your body, because your body is not getting enough nutrients it needs to function. So it could be nutrient deficient, and because maybe you're in a restrictive diet, or you're not eating enough, you're just not eating enough. Maybe you're not in a diet, but you're not just, and the way your body recognizing not eating enough is when it's not getting the nutrients it needs. Your body needs nutrients to function. It needs carbohydrates, it needs protein, it needs fat. And when you're not consuming enough, and if you're not consuming any of this enough, it adds on stress to your body. Okay, another thing is not resting, not listening to your body, waiting till you have the time to start taking care of your body. And this is big deal, because most times when we get busy, exercising or moving or eating well is the first thing that goes away. Is the first thing that we say, okay, I don't have the time to exercise. But your body, I don't want to use exercise, I don't have time to move, because the reason I don't want to use exercise is because when we hear exercise, we associate it with pain, we associate it with something we don't want to do. So we are talking about movement here, ignoring how your body feels for how your body looks. Most times this because we're not listening to your body, we tend to ignore how it feels, because we are chasing a particular look. We have accepted that we have to look a certain way, and it's society that has put that in us. So sometimes when we are on a fitness journey, sometimes it's not our, how do I put it? It's not what we want, it's not what your body wants, because we all have this, we are all unique in our different ways. Your body is built in a particular way, it's unique to you. So sometimes we're chasing a particular look that is not for us, and then we ignore the way our body feels, because we are chasing this thing, and your body will always try to balance it back to keeping you alive. Okay, so you're chasing this look and it's not working out. Maybe your body is telling you, this is not what we want something else. So if you listen to your body long enough, you're going to hear. Okay, yeah, we do all these things because we're not listening to our bodies. If you listen more, and I'm going to break it down later when I start talking about movement. Okay, the last part of it, how we care for our bodies to carry your assignments. Okay, so taking care of your body is going to save you a lot of time, grief, and energy. Instead of being reactive to self-care, we can simply respond to our daily living by taking care of our bodies. Instead of being reactive, let's respond. Taking care of your body will save you a lot of time. And another reason why we have to take care of our bodies is we tend to normalize pain. We tend to normalize living with back pain, knee pain, joint pains, neck pain, all those pain. But it is not normal. You're not meant to live with pain. The normal state of your body, you're not meant to live with pain. Your joints are not meant to be stiff. And the reason it's like this is because we don't care for it enough to know that there is another way to feel in our body. It's not okay to say, okay, I'm never going to be able to squat like this. I'm never going to be able to, move like this. Your body can move in different ways, and if you care for it, you're going to figure out how your body can move. All right. So there are 3 ways you can care for your body. It's movement, quality movement, quality nutrition, and I like to call the last one loving kindness, but I'll come to it. So when it comes to movement, I don't want to go into the whole thing about movement, but we need these three things if you're going to build the body that can carry you for your assignment. You need strength, you need mobility, you need balance, and you need your basic coordinations. What do I mean by this? You need strength in the sense that you need strength to be able to pick things up. You need strength to be able to carry things. Many of us here are mothers, and we lift children a lot. We lift kgs, we lift heavy things, even when we're not planning on it. But the thing is, we don't train for these things, so they leave us achy. Sometimes when you're carrying babies, you start to have back pain, you start to have all this knee pain. I remember when I was babysitting for my sister, I noticed that I started having knee pain, elbow pain, and all this pain. I was like, is this what mothers go through? And I started having strong biceps because I was lifting babies a lot. I was always carrying them. So we need strength, and if you're moving in the reason why we train for this is that because you might say, okay, since I'm already lifting a baby, I'm already exercising. No, the way you do it actually matters. The way you move actually matters. If you're just doing that of, okay, I'm carrying this baby, it's actually stress to your body. Exercising is stress to your body, but the way you approach it is what makes the difference. You need mobility. What is mobility? The ability of your body to move at different range points, meaning, sometimes when you're not able to squat and you have this pain in your knee, it could be a problem of mobility, and it's not normal not to be able to squat. Because the reason I'm emphasizing on this 4 is, as you get older, these are the things that keep you alive. Because if you hear stories about elderly people that fall and are not able to stand up, they lack balance, they lack strength, they lack basic coordination. So it's really, really important to build a movement system, and it should contain these all 4s, but not overwhelm us with this. I'm going to get into it. So what I try to do is explore movement rather than thinking about it in exercise fashion, where it turns into a workout where you have a routine, a number you have to hit, and it makes it really exhausting. And when you think about, okay, now I have to stand up and do 20 squats, 20 lunges, 1 minute plank, it starts to feel like a chore, and that is the reason why so many people do not like to exercise. So what you do is explore movement styles. Okay, this thing where they say like dedicate, say, your me time. I like to use this instead of making it exercise time where you are keeping to a particular rule. Make it your time to slowly just get up from your desk, go down to the floor. I love the idea of getting down to the floor because you're always upright or seated. So by the time you get down to the floor, you're moving from the ground up, you're engaging your different body parts without really feeling like you're putting in a lot of work. So the reason I'm saying exploring movement style is find something that is unique to you, though I'm going to come down to it later. But as much as we're exploring movement style, we still have to find a way to bring in those movement patterns I talked about, strength, mobility, but the best way so that you're not really overwhelmed with the statistics is to move around a lot and at easy pace. So the thing is, maybe walk around, right? Start with it. Start with walking, because the problem most time with a fixed routine or workout or movement is it's overwhelming, and you're not just there yet. You don't have the function to be able to move in that way. What I mean by function is that you still do not have the mobility, you don't have the stability, so you need to build all those things up to be able to follow a particular exercise routine. So you move around at a small pace, start from there. So sometimes you move around like you have some urgency, and then you pick up something heavy. What I mean by this is to build strength, to build basic coordination, you need to move around like you're in a hurry, so it gets your heart rate up sometimes, and then you lift something heavy, and that way you're building muscle, you're building strength step by step without actually feeling like you're putting in a lot of work. And also, when you're doing it this way, it's meaningful to you, it makes sense, because sometimes when you're given an exercise program, you don't understand why it doesn't make sense to you, so it's boring. So once